he never get connect back to my eye. After 5 minutes, I feel very tired, not interested. Even his presentation is so good, but I feel that this presenter is ignoring me. He don't take me as interesting person, so I go away. Okay, this is how one tip about eye contact. So you go here, go here, go here, or go here, go here, go here. Only 3 points, so you can connect to the whole audience. The other point is for stage. First you come to middle, and then you can walk right, walk to the left, end of the left, and you can walk to the center again. So this is 3. Walk to the right, or walk to the left up to you, and then walk to the other end, and come back to the center. So like this, you are moving. Not all the time, not all the time, all the time. So it's just like you are what you are doing. Just one speed, and when you get it good, you have motion to walk. When you speak, you can feel. Then when you right here, you speak again. You pulse. Every time you pulse, you watch. Then you start to speak again and move. You got some? Auto managing the stage. Eye contact on the stage, and where you are moving on the stage. Here, there, come back here. But always start centrally. Got something?
Yes, you got. I got.
Just like I said, eye contact. Okay. This one, imaginary role. What is imaginary role? If you are really the first speaker, you don't want to look any people's eyes because you are afraid. No need to look, but you look behind. Look behind. Like if I'm sitting here, you look here. You look here. This space, and then you look here. That space. You look to the end. More people, but you still connecting to your audience. Go on. Any question? In here?
I got all.
But if you help audience, just stay there and just use your eye contact. Sorry. But if you really active, okay, and go here. If you stay issues, but sometimes the podium issues on the stage. Vocal varieties. What is vocal variety? It is voice. To be speak out, like I said at the beginning, to make sure that your voice really to everyone. When you start speaking, and every time you start reminding you that there's people up to the end. So only watch to the end and send your voice over there. If you only watch people here, your voice will go down and down, lower and lower. But if you are not over there, your voice will be, the volume will be very high. This one, the voice send over to everyone. The others, vocal varieties, depend on the story you are telling. You can go down, like something emotional. Apparently, he stopped, just pass away. You know what's going on?
Oh.
There's a gunner driving motorbike and push him on, and he just fall down on the street with blood pouring over all over. So this is we call vocal variety. So it's always up, down, and down. don't make it very strange. Yes. To start with any speech, you can come with the story. Like I do the debriefing, let me remember why I said among my experience, your team is the most passionate. So that is not a real story, but it can a little bit connected to the past story. But actually, every team has been the same thing. So it's not true. It's fake. But when you are telling us, presenting really a big subject, not just debriefing or briefing, really tell a story. Like if I talk about cooking center to the audience, I always tell about story. That is my story. And if you are presenting about something, yes, yeah, everyone who going to talk about something is because you have story connected to yourself. Right? If you're talking about tour, yeah, you can tell about you. Yeah, I've been there. The waterfall is just amazing. When I go there, it's just like this is story. And when I talk about school, I just tell about my story. I really want to learn this language. Impossible. What I'm doing. So I asked my family to live with a monk for 3 years. That is the pagoda by that time. For the first 1 year, they don't let the kids come and visit the family. I was only 12 years old. I miss my family so much, but because of education, I have to stay here and learn. And after 3 years, I get the language. I was to be the monk for some time, and then I come back to village to see the language. Where our school now is happening. So this is the story. So people like to listen to your own story, not other story. Other story you can tell, but not the most interesting. Tell your personal story the best. Like if I'm presenting, you don't have to tell my story much. Just a little and quick, and then you can move on to your story. I wake up at 4 o'clock every night to learn the language with my teacher, Sam, who found the school. You can tell this. So that's why this is how we grow. So this is something about story. So create your own story. Gesture, open place, always open place. One is give you confidence and you look nice. Your passion about what you are speaking is all about the thing. Be passionate. And the pace. I have to I know. Yeah, some speak so fast, but
You are very passionate.
But you down. The pace is meant to speed. You can go fast, you can go slow, but not to be steady. First, also very important. First for Panas, first you can no need to the whole story. You just like the man cementing, blah 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 blah, and then finish. You can first what you first can start it. Ladies and gentlemen, you can first and then you can start with ladies and gentlemen again. Do lẽ là về cái lúc khi mình chụp cái tinh thần cho dương mình bắt đầu rock mà đọc tiếng cứ âm em chốt anh thằng sáng. Smile and enjoy. Yeah, smile and enjoy. Objective. Yeah, your mistake you have to organize. If you do a presentation on activity guideline, you should know. Not to be repeat. And then after speaking all the thing, then you go back and speak again, the same story. That the same thing all the time. That's boring. Just content. Yes, and rehearsal. When you are going to do the presentation, please rehearsal and then practice. Trying first, checking, doing, like camera records. Ask your friend to give feedback. So this is the 10 habits that I have gathered from the World Champion 2016, Darren Price, a young Singaporean guy who won a Toastmaster. So think positive. When you are going to deliver public speaking, sing good, I said, sing good picture. Repetition for enhance. Establish rapport on connection with audience. When you speak, please try to connect. Before speak, after speak, and during speak. Before speak, just go and make sound and speak to them. Maybe if in a conference it's very easy, but you go to public, that's hard. But in conference, you can go and talk to some before you are giving lecture or presentation or something. Just speak to you. No need to like go fresh. Sometimes gross, I feel he just go and start right away. You don't connect to any audience. You need better you speak to one or two is two. Okay, first we start. Sometimes it's just a start of emotion, like that, whatever. So that is your start to when you first you already have something still interesting on your mind. Oh, why? That is not check. Tell a story and make a point. Yeah, you can tell a story and connecting to the message that you want to deliver. Number 6, build a bank of word, phrase, story and quote. Go everywhere, think, oh, this is very interesting that I can connect to my story right on. Oh, this word is very, this phrase very good. Make your book, write all this in your books. Like for me, I like get the quote that I always use for Teambuilding. Then the 2 quote, walk far, and together for success. Check it on Google, see and write and try to memorize. Rehearse and rehearse. Number 8, take grabbing. So any opportunity, just go straight grabbing. One step. And you don't need to think about until you got a real big conference or professional that you are going to use all this technique and to deliver your speech. It can be anything small, just office meeting, whatever, or just a few friends together. You can already use the professional technique to do the public speaking. So when you can achieve small, you can move on to the bigger one. Later can be a wedding, whatever. They learn to analyze the best and the worst speaker. Like segue into Alex. His voice very good. He a good coach, presenter. Back to walk around. His slide is so nice. But what he do? He never watch any holding eyes, zero eye contact. He always speak like this. You don't really have to be Okay, good about public speaking. If our team can deliver professional speech, because the professional and then everyone now is going to the public.